spread some lime. It's trying to rain. We're trying to beat the rain. It's supposed to rain the rest of the day, so hopefully we can get some more applied before that rain hits. All right, we're in the field. I'm trying to really beat this weather, so I'm probably not going to film much. We're just going to run a time lapse. Fortunately, the rain's here. I don't think we're going to be able to do any more today. Now, if it quits raining, we can maybe do some this evening if the sun comes up, but I don't think it's going to. I think it's going to be like 35 and wet. Perfect. Hopefully it doesn't rain much. It hasn't rained much yet. It's just kind of sticky. I'm sliding a little bit when I turn. This thing is all-wheel drive. You can play with those settings, but either way, when I'm turning, I'm tacking up what I've already spread, so don't want to do that. Hopefully we can spread some more tomorrow if it doesn't rain much. Ah, crap. It's raining just enough to screw everything up. It's not even wet over there in between the bins, but now we'll check out the concrete though. Looks like cousin Ben did this. Ben is actually George's son. So he is my first cousin, who is a landscaper who dabbles in concrete also. So if you need any concrete or landscape done and you're in the Chillicothe, Ohio region, Davis Lawn and Landscape, check them out. Now we're eventually going to put some concrete in right here. That way when we spill corn, it's easy to clean up. Well, the semi was clean for one day, and then we hauled in a rain-snow mix. All right, I've charged all these batteries. I was going to get this thing out yesterday, and then that spreader showed up, so might as well get it out. So I'm going to try to change oil in this thing this weekend while they're closed. Or not. Back to charging. Brian, why don't you replace the batteries? Good question. Good question. It's about 38 degrees and raining, but he just sprayed nitrogen with that sprayer. Everybody always asks about a front mount boom. You're driving through your product, you are. That's why our sprayer gets washed more than any other piece of equipment that we have. Good morning, everybody. Today, Cargill's closed. It's Saturday. Dad, he's running the bulldozer a little bit this morning. Me and BJ, we're gonna go once again try to get that semi to start. We got a battery test for this time. We might just be putting new batteries in it, I don't know. And then I think we're gonna bring the Turbo Max over here. If you remember back in, May last year, we tore a basket off that bad boy, so that might get fixed now. And then, believe it or not, I think it's dry enough we can spread fertilizer, so I think we're gonna spread lime. Not fertilizer, spread lime, yeah. We're gonna spread the rest of that lime. All right, we got our battery tester. Let's see if we can't fail with this thing again. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. Why don't you just put batteries in it? That's the next step. As soon as we determine if these batteries are bad, if they're bad, we'll put batteries in it. But what runs the batteries down on this, and I figured when I walked in here and seen this light lit up that it wasn't going to start, but the tarp, it draws juice, and the doors, they draw juice. So usually when we park it for a long period of time, we unplug all that, and I really don't remember who did it. It might have been me, it might have been George, it might have been BJ, it might have been Dad. But whoever did not unplug it, so that's why it's dead.
Blizzard.
The McBlizzard?
Yeah.
You mean a McFlurry?
Yeah, that's exactly what I meant. They had no clue what I was talking about though.
Oh, you mean you accidentally a McBlizzard. We got 11 volt.
Found it!
Oh, we got a bad battery. Well, we solved this question. We're getting a new battery. Well, now we got to get the 1038 out, hook it to the Turbomax. Dad must not have got the memo, so better move the old white. Well, there's a 1038. Fortunately, the one we're after is over there. Maybe wondering why it would matter. That one's going on the planter, and it doesn't have many hours left on its lease. That one's going on the strip till bar, and it has a whole lot left. Well, the inside of the window's still a little dirty. I have to clean that before harvest. I have to unhook the old zone builder. I think we're done with it for the time. Someone asked why we didn't park those side by side the other day for long-term storage. Well, when we pull in here with the corn planter or the bean planter, we have to come in here and jackknife in here to fit, because it's not very deep this way in this building. Gotta unhook this thing. I definitely missed out and got the crappy end of this deal. Now he gets to sit in the tractor.
I didn't bring my cars.
Be jealous. Bye, zone builder. Yeah, believe it or not, that jack is the only one we have that works really good. All right, BJ's gonna take us over to the shop. He's gonna start servicing the Turbomax, and I'm gonna spread some more lime. But I gotta give him a ride back to his pickup first, so let's go get that done. Absolutely beautiful day. It was 30, windy, and raining yesterday, and snowing. Much better today. Hello, Miss Lady. All right, I gotta play in this thing again. Yeah, I know, I've been hogging it. Dad might get around it, but he's playing in a bulldozer, and he's quite the fan of playing in a bulldozer.
Think we could just smash the Colorado?
I think it'd just be a speed bump, but yeah, we probably don't want to do that.
Looks like our tarp's pretty much totaled. Hopefully we can get the rest of this field done. With the amount of product we're putting on, we'll still have to go fill up a couple more times. There's the tile holes we fixed there 2 or 3 videos back.
On today's episode of What's Broken on Brown Farms, we're going to attempt to unbrake our turbo tiller, our Turbomax. Somebody before I came along did some damage to, looks like the rolling basket on the right. And I think a lot of you noticed it's been missing for a while. We didn't throw it away, we didn't scrap it, it's still here. Dad got some tube steel, and I am going to, basically I guess my understanding is the tube was bent, so I'm going to take the old tube out, replace it with a new tube, hopefully mount this thing back on the Turbomax, and hopefully be in the field tomorrow with it. Maybe. Somebody will. Maybe me. Alright, so here's the bent piece, and you see it's got a bow from right there down, and then this bracket is actually supposed to be flush against the tube, so I think Brian may have done this. Doesn't matter who did it, it's got to be fixed. Things happen, so you know that's going to have to be straightened. That's going to be fun.
Yep, good spot for the momentum planter, that's all I'm saying.
Where we're variable rating this, there's areas I could run faster. Like right here, we're only putting on half a ton an acre, or not 1 ton. I can run quite a bit faster, but when we're putting on 3 tons an acre, my belt RPM starts getting to 50 RPMs, and I can start getting alarms going off much higher than that, so I have to run about 8 miles an hour to 9 miles an hour. Right now, I can run 11 miles an hour, 12 miles an hour just fine when I'm only putting on 1 ton an acre.
Okay, so first thing I did is I brought our new piece of tube over. I've taken some measurements. Basically, I've measured distances for all these mounts so that I know I've got everything hopefully lined back up correctly. Made some marking on our tube. Also labeled top front will be facing the cab of the tractor. In other words, here. That way, I'm going to take this off of here now and start disassembling and hopefully not forget where everything goes and be able to line stuff back up. So it occurred to me that somebody is going to ask, well, how come you didn't just take the U-bolts off, and since you measured that other tube, you got everything you need to just unbolt and rebolt? Well, to be truthful, there's no textbook on this stuff. And right after I turned the camera off and slid that section off, I had the same thought. I can just take those U-bolts out and I'm gold. So guess what, folks? That's what we're going to do.
Well, I think these roads are long enough I can get the drone out, so might as well get some aerial views of this bad boy in action.
Alright, so this bracket goes on the end of the basket. That right there is supposed to be like a 90-degree, not some kind of special twist that, I don't know, somebody did that. That's what it's supposed to look like. Not sure what to do about that. A lot of heat, a lot of hammering. So another thought occurred to me. You guys are going to say, well, BJ, won't that rust? You haven't painted it. And once you bolt it down, you're going to have spots that you can't reach with spray cans, so why aren't you painting it now? Well, I realize, folks, that that is not that shade of green. However, that is what we had on the shelf, and I'm trying to get this bad boy ready for the field tomorrow.
Well, the good news is we only have like 13 acres left. The bad news is that's like 30 some odd tons. So at least 2 trips, probably 3 trips over here. So we're going to have to come back here. That's where we ran out last time.
I was really hoping to be able to tell you that we were going to have the turbo till fixed up and ready to go tonight. Unfortunately, that's not the case. That L bracket that was bent, it's proving to be problematic. Did not film it, but Dad's come in from bulldozing, tried to heat it with a blowtorch and tried to put it in a press, tried to pound it with a sledgehammer. Just can't really get it twisted back to where it needs to be. So, you know, I thought we'd at least get everything mounted up. I do have the bar on. Decided it was going to be much easier to assemble piece by piece back onto the Turbomax. The bar is in place. The Basket gangs, however, are not. Run into a bit of an issue when I was putting the bar back on. These struts with the springs on them threaded down through here, and these roll pins go through to keep that from twisting. One of them was broken, and I guess you see that one up there is missing. I guess they caught that when they disassembled it last fall or winter, whenever this thing got taken apart. That was before I was involved, but they had forgotten to get a replacement. So unfortunately, we're not going to get this thing ready to go before Monday.
All right, we finished this 60 acres. There's 10 acres over here. It calls for 30 tons, so that part's going to take a little while.
Any other farms have some sketchy culverts they have to cross?
We have all the equipment it would take to make some nice crossings, but we got some sketchy ones. This is starting to get kind of repetitive. All right, we got that spread out. Got a little bit left in the spreader. 9.2 acres, 27.2 tons. So we were pretty close to right where we needed to be. We're looking for 3 tons an acre, so not bad. That's probably going to be it for this field. It is the weekend. I'm going home. First, let's see if we can get out of here without getting stuck. Turns out it's not near as bad when you don't have several tons of lime with you. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If this weather holds off, we're gonna be getting some field work done, I'd say. Hopefully BJ got the TurboMax serviced and ready to go. If that's the case, we'll probably start working that lime ground in sometime this week if the weather holds off. Like I say, it's going to dry out just a little bit yet, but yeah, it's starting to feel like spring. Oh yeah, it just snowed yesterday.